Amendment number 91, offered by Ms. Esty.
Gentlelady from Connecticut is recognized to speak on her amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, over the years, the Army Corps of Engineers has used innovative materials to varying degrees. In the aggregate, however, there has not been an assessment done to understand how these materials, these innovative materials, are performing. To ensure that we continue to build the highest quality water infrastructure that can last longer and perform better, the Corps should have an understanding of how all available material options perform. The Corps' strategic plan for civil works outlines better management of the life cycle of water assets as a key priority. To best achieve this, the Corps should have the best knowledge available about how material options and how those material options can help extend life. This committee has recognized the value of innovative materials for water projects in the past and included language encouraging the Secretary of the Army to use innovative materials in water projects. Indeed, the innovative materials listed specifically in my amendment were included in the WRDA 2014 as materials that the Corps should be encouraged to use, although let me make very clear these materials have been used in projects for decades. The study called for in my amendment is the logical next step to determine whether these innovative materials have a place in future projects and if perhaps they should be used to a greater degree. Those that have demonstrated superior performance and taxpayer value should likely be included in the Unified Facilities Guide specification and deployed to a greater extent across the country. There may be instances where certain materials perform very well, but other barriers exist to their use. Those barriers should be identified with recommendations on ways to overcome those barriers. The Transportation Research Board is the best group to work with the Corps for this initiative because they will convene a panel of top engineering experts and be able to provide the Corps and us an impartial and balanced view. This is very similar to the study the committee asked the Transportation Research Board to undertake of innovative materials to be used in bridge construction under the FAST Act. In short, if there are materials that can increase the performance and lower the cost of key infrastructure, both the Corps and the committee should be aware and prepared to promote their greater use. Thank you, and I yield back.
I thank the gentlelady for offering the amendment. My concern is this amendment is far too specific on materials, and our legislation should continue to remain materials neutral and let the Corps of Engineers make the determination what materials are best suited for different water projects. I think that's something we find in Washington when we try to be so specific and prescriptive that it causes unintended consequences. So again, I would have to oppose it based on those grounds. Any other members wish to be heard? Gentlelady from Connecticut.
Mr. Chair, with that understanding, I'd like to withdraw my amendment and work with you to see if we can come up with language for the final bill that would be acceptable to you and sufficiently broad to encompass innovation as it proceeds.
Right. I appreciate the gentlelady withdrawing, and again, I'm always open to encouraging folks to the different agencies, whether it's the Corps or the DOTs around the country, to look at these new innovative materials and that can be used to lengthen the life of these infrastructure projects. But again, the specificity, this being so specific, again, I think gets us into grounds that could be problematic. So I appreciate the gentlelady, and I'm willing to continue to work with her as we move forward. Thank you.